And they stay there.
Hello and welcome again to the third series in tonight's Go4Sc2 Cup. Early start Sundays, as I refer to it as. We've got a game on ESL Yonsu, and my co-caster is Zuig.
Hey. I'm just doing great. How are you doing, Natural Maverick?
Really good, really excited. It's a reasonable hour for me to cast, so I love Sundays.
Awesome. So let's introduce the players here. Spawning in bottom left position, playing for max flow play. It's InTA, the yellow sag.
You got in there fast, didn't you?
Yes.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner from Clan Poland, you nearly had me doing it. Clan Poland, it is Rodzyn.
For you guys who didn't, don't get the joke, by the way, it was because I was looking at what the clan names were, and I kept saying Clan Poland. So I actually had to jump the max flow as soon as possible because I get those words where I just can't pronounce them at all. So
You got in there like lightning.
yes, I had to be so fast. So anyhow, right now it's a CVP on Yonsu. We're seeing quite a few of these, and this is a really interesting map for CVP. I mean, I am the kind of guy who really easily gets excited. Of course, I know that, but I mean, seriously, you have destructible debris right up in your natural. So even if you wall off this extremely wide choke, you can still just crash off these rocks and you can just run in and kill anything, basically. So I really like how they've done this. You can't really just stay on two bases and wall off and just say, you can't touch me if you have links. No, you have these destructible rocks who does a ton of that. And also, they have to destroy them to actually get a really easy way into your third. I love this.
Yeah, well, I guess technically that would be the fourth, wouldn't it? The third.
Yeah, of course. You can choose.
Yeah.
Often you take that as third. Often you take that as third.
I wasn't contradicting you. I just meant I don't really know on this map because it's a bit argumentative, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I also hate the ramp on this map, like where that drone is just going up now. It's such a pain in the neck to try to wall off as a Protoss player. It's Terran not so much, but Protoss, you've got to place all those buildings correctly, and you end up getting like 5 high-tech buildings in your wall, and you're like, this is terrible, and then you get baneling busted and lose everything. Anyway, so we got 2 gas from the Protoss player, and he's got 2 in each gas, giving him 160% more gas than 3 in 1.
And right now we do see that InTA is just scouting about, not going to go for anything aggressive, of course, because he's actually not going for Forge Fast Spam. Rodzyn, wow. InTA, though, he's getting his hatchery right off that spawning pool, so that means he's not going to do something extremely greedy himself. Getting that really well-timed gas. He could get a bit late if he wanted to, but really want to get that speed out so he can stop any kind of aggression. I like this choice a lot, and something to look for as well. If he keeps on mining gas, after the speed, he basically is going to go for +1/+1, or just +1, and I really like this. We do see this from quite a few players, like Lenok used to do. We see Winter, who recently actually played in the Dream of Bucharest, by the way, do this all the time. Really
Winter!
cool to see. He actually lost, though.
Yeah, I know. It's okay, he gets there. Anyway, so expansion coming down for the Protoss player. I really like orange for Protoss. I'm going to start using orange if I can. So the drone gets in, gets a good scout again. I don't know, is that the first time he scouted? I wasn't paying attention. Lings going to work on the Nexus. They're going to be there for the rest of their lives trying to kill that. And the Stalker comes down. Just by the way, Alex, you've got the camera because my mouse is not working too well, but you've been observing anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, okay. I'm used to that. I have to do everything here, it seems. So right now, we do see Rodzyn just macroing up as usual. We don't see way too much. That Nexus should be absolutely secure, of course, with the Motion Core coming out now. The Overlord, of course, will scout this, and of course, those links did poke, so he knows exactly what's going on. While InTA, though, delaying his own third base, getting out those queens. Do we have 3 queens? Yes, we do have 3 queens. So the creep spray will be quite nice. He'll be quite safe against anything base. But what is Rodzyn doing right now? He's getting the Twilight Council and a Forge. This is interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Well, the Forge is probably expected, but the Twilight Council is interesting. I wonder where he's going with that. I mean, yeah, Blink play is probably not it's not really part of the meta at the moment against Zerg, but as we've said before, we see some pretty random stuff in our Go4Sc2 games because people are willing to try different things. And the Dark Shrine comes down. Interesting, bit late, but we'll see if he can get some work done with it.
Yeah, we'll see. And I mean, right now we've seen the Dark Shrine quite a few times in these kind of tournaments, and oh, here we go with the +1 as well. I think I've seen this before, and this is a really scary kind of attack. If it is what I think he's going to do, he's basically going to attack with those DTs and then follow up with a really heavy Zealot and Archon kind of style. And it's really scary.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. I haven't seen that before. The DT into Zealot Archon. Zealot Archon is one of my favorite Zerg versus Zerg builds when I'm playing Protoss. It's I just think Archons are almost broken. They're so good against Zerg.
Yeah, they're extremely good. It's so hard to counter them sometimes. It depends on, you can't really let them get them as well. So, there's so much meta behind that. And right now, though, Rodzyn already with a pylon, and InTA scouts this. He's going to actually kill off the probe and the pylon, and if he doesn't get those DTs out before, that means that actually he will not be able to get them. Is he going to warp them in? He's going to warp them in. So right now, InTA knows exactly what's... Oh, he cancels the pylon. Wow. That was amazing done by InTA.
Sorry, distracted by something quietly there. So he's got a nice number of lings here, and he's going to try and counterattack. Heading up the ramp here, and he gets the surround on that Zealot. So at least he knows they're coming now.
Yeah, I mean, and right now, these DTs will maybe attack that. Actually, no, he won't. He'll actually try to pick up the drones he receives, not probes. And he actually has the Spore Crawler in his natural with the Spine Crawler. He should be fine. Depending on how long the Spore Crawler is, you can see, yeah, he sees enough. Well placed Spore Crawler there. And at the same time, InTA's trying to poke with those links, but have to go back. Trapping that DT though, losing a few drones, but not too many. Killed 7 workers total this game, has Rodzyn. Losing those 2 DTs though, not sure if it was absolutely worth it. And InTA now really happy to get his third up without any trouble, and he will just start macroing up. While Rodzyn right now adding on more and more gateways, and we do see the first Archon being made.
Yeah, well, so yeah, really nice call there by you on the play there. He probably wanted to get more done with the DTs, but it's still 7 kills isn't awful, but it's probably good enough to not have totally balked it.
Yeah, I mean, sure, it was, if he didn't get any kills, that would be absolutely terrible, but he did see the Archon, and that is the major thing. He's going to wall off as well, completely with that photon cannon. Really nice wall off, I must say. And InTA right now, he must really get ready for this. He must get his units out. He's actually going for the +1/+1. Probably won't finish in time, but it will be nice if he managed to get that out mid-engagement, something like that. Spray creep as fast as possible as well, because he will need that when Rodzyn hits here, and this is a scary army. More roaches coming out, but will be in time. He does have Hydrosten as well. If it didn't cancel, no. So Roach Hydra against Archon, not the strongest, but in big numbers, they can absolutely counter this.
Yeah, well, he's on 3 bases, and his economy is kicking in much faster than the Protoss players, so he's going to have probably just it's not going to be a good counter, but he's just going to have enough units to stomp this tiny little force. Unless we start seeing huge Archon warp-ins, which we do have two more on the way right now. I'm not sure where they are, but they're not on the front line. I can't see them.
Yeah, right next to... There we go.
There they are. They just joined up. So, I mean, that's a lot of Archons. So 5 Archons and that splash damage could be very, very painful for our Zerg player.
Yeah, and right now we do see that InTA's trying to hold on here, but he's actually going up to his natural. He's going to let Rodzyn kill his third off. Okay, he's going to try to target the aggressive pylon. He doesn't know there are 2 though. Yeah, he does actually. Oh, he's going to get flanked here by Rodzyn. So InTA right now moving away, forcing 1 force field already. And there are only 4 Archons though. If he manages to kill off these Archons, that's the entire... 5, sorry. That's the entire force. And here we go. InTA's trying to focus him down, but kiting is Rodzyn. He's whooping in many more Zealots. And in the front line with those Zealots, he might be able to hold this.
Yeah, I can see he's trying to bait him up the ramp, maybe try to get a couple trapped behind the force field or something, bug them out. But the splash damage, it will end up being too much if he keeps engaging in these roach clusters. But he is on creep, so it's really giving him a nice advantage where he can pull back, reshuffle his units, and move back in with a few more that have got more health at the front. But they are being slowly whittled down, and we do have more DTs being warped into Archons. More Zealots being warped in. So this composition's really... He doesn't have to switch this composition for a long time, if at all, in this game. While our Zerg player really should do something. He really needs to switch. He does have the Hydras out now, so that's really going to help against those the Archons. They're much more effective against Archons than the Zealots are. Sorry, the Roaches are.
Yeah, and Rodzyn right now, he really wants to trade. He wants to really keep trading because InTA is losing more and more army. Here we go, InTA managing to kill off one of the pylons, but Rodzyn pushing in right now. InTA doesn't have the critical mass, it looks like, but we're going to see here a ton of units for InTA, but that splash damage is really showing here. And look at that, first Archon might go down. There we go, first Archon dead, but 4 more to go, 5 more to go actually. And it's whopping in more and more of those Zealots. And Rodzyn doing so much damage for InTA, but InTA, wow, killing off 3 Archons and only 2 remaining. Rodzyn needs to whoop in even more or go back.
And the problem with this is that Rodzyn's done nothing behind this. He's not taken another base. He hasn't been macroing up in any way. He hasn't been teching heavily. The Robo base just coming down now. He's probably going to want to get a couple of Immortals out to deal with the Roaches, but it's not going to be enough. And unfortunately, Warpin's right in the front of these, the big Roach bundle up the front, tanking all the DPS of those Archons and the Zealots and all the Hive just shredding units. Now they finally break through the force fields, but there's just so many Zerg units in comparison to our Protoss player here. He's having to break through his own wall off to get through, and he's going to get pinned against the wall, and this might be the GG play as the Zerglings move in, start to pull down all those sentries and the Zealots. There's a small warp in, but it's just not going to be enough. There's more Hydras than there are Zealots, and you never want to be in that position. He's going to lose the last of these units here, and oh, he's actually going to get pushed away, but he does have more reinforcements coming up the ramp.
Yeah, right now we actually see the force could be sniped here by InTA. That's the question. If we will, though, that upgrade is just to finish, and if we manage to snipe that, that would be huge. But InTA looks like he really wants to go back now and just keep macroing. But no, now he's poking in once again. With that photon overcharge, though, he really wants to just wait it out. It looks like InTA going back, and I mean, Rodzyn, as you pointed out, he didn't do much behind this. He's still behind in workers, but InTA hasn't been droning too much himself. And we do see the Robotics Bay follow-up here. He has so many gateways as well, so he needs to probably stay on 2 bases. I mean, transitioning to 3rd base now is going to be close to impossible, I must say.
Yeah, it was yeah, he tried to expand, but there was a Zergling in the way, burrowed, well, just standing there. I wasn't paying attention at the time, but so that's unfortunate. So he may, if he had have taken the 30, he would have been in a much better position. But now he's about to get walked over because look at how many Hydras there are.
Yeah, there's so many Hydras and only 1 Archon. He really wants to get his calls out, but look at that, already into getting Spy, getting the infestation bit. Great choice, and with that one circling, killing off another probe here, and now InTA's poking in, and Rodzyn knows this now. He knows what's coming for him. But InTA, the question is, where will he start attacking? Because this is really, really small chokes, and with those force fields, he can actually start losing a ton of units.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the thing with small Protoss bundles is that they can kill you, and they might. This is a very large Zerg army, though. The supply difference says it all. There's a 60 supply difference, and still at the same time, I think InTA's making a mistake not expanding. He probably should have expanded. While you're attacking, you should be expanding, especially as a Zerg player, because now, I mean, he's 1 base up, but it's about even. And yeah, he's got a huge bank, so he should be spending it on upgrades or expands.
Exactly, look at that. I mean, almost 1,000, there we go, 1,000 minerals not being spent. And I mean, he doesn't have the lava to actually just make links or anything like that. So I completely agree. He must be able to spend this. But oh, great job here getting in here and might be able to snipe the next one. But no, forcing the engagement of Rodzyn, and Rodzyn doesn't have the numbers, it looks like. Great forcement though, feeling off half the army here. But is it enough? It doesn't look like that. More Hydras coming in from the back, doing so much damage to Rodzyn, and Rodzyn losing his entire army. InTA's just pushing through, and if the Archon goes down, I must say that probably is going to be good night for Rodzyn.
There it goes. And the Immortals just get absolutely destroyed. All these forces just getting shredded by the DPS of the Hydras. 2-1 upgrades.
Oh.
Even the Immortals not standing against these units. The one Colossus on the high ground getting sniped off and leaves without the GG.